Poppin' gang. My name's A.B. I'm the owner of A.B Xplode Sports Training, the largest black-owned facility in Louisiana.
So, where are you from?
So I'm from New Orleans. Born and raised from out the Abbeville side. Grew up down that area. Went to school in the West Bank. Ran track at Shelman High, Louisiana, bro. Don't give me no slack on that.
You was everywhere.
We was everywhere, bro. After Katrina, you know how it was for everybody. Forced to bounce around a little bit. And I was blessed to have some people and some mentors who worked with me along the way, man.
Okay. So, far as sports, tell us, what was your favorite sport growing up?
Shit, like everybody, I think I had hoop dreams. I wanted to be a baller, bro. Basketball. But on my side of that, I was a track guy. I found my bread and butter. I found my niche and I ran with it, bro.
And a lot of people wanted to play football too, but football a little dangerous.
Yeah. And then with me, I grew up around Jerry Willis, Landon Collins, on Perry Nickerson. All these guys in the NFL now. So when I went to middle school on the West Bank, that's how we were stacked. So you had to find what your niche was and honestly run with it. So
right.
We got with it.
So training all these athletes at your gym now, what is your main focus when you bring one on the athlete in?
Mm-hmm. So my main focus at ABX is a speed program. We have probably the most elite speed program in Louisiana, and I say that not just because I'm training it, but because of the product we actually give. So we train Arch Manning, Jacoby Matthews, number one athlete in America, Cedric Van Prance, number one center in America, and all these kids, have notable times. It's kind of pretty impressive. And it's called ABX Speed School. All right, so we break down the whole formula, what it takes to have proper mechanics, and speed kills nowadays. So that's reproducing.
Yeah, speed is definitely most important, especially in basketball and football.
You ain't got that, what you doing, bro?
You gotta find something else.
Wrong sport.
So, how did you become one trainer?
Hey, so I became a trainer, man. I went to UNO. Come out of college, I didn't know where, honestly. For most people, where it was gonna take me. But my guy Deion Jones was getting ready for NFL Combine Prep, and I'll never forget. He called me. He wanted me to help him out for his pro day, and I helped him out. In 2 weeks, he went 4.38, one of the fastest times all time for a linebacker. And we've been spinning ever since. Word of mouth is the best way to get anything by.
You've been having NFL at least been coming ever since.
Yeah, ever since. So some of the marquee players I trained, we touched Jamar Chase, Bobby Wagner, Leonard Fournette over years. So anybody who's probably notable in the city is somebody we touched at some point and kind of had a small impact.
So how did you get Bobby Wagner? Bobby Wagner.
So I'm gonna say this though. So this is why I tell everybody about the power of social media, bro. Yeah. I'll never forget. I'm just working the DMs one night. I say I'm gonna just shoot my shot. You know how I say shoot this shot for me. I'm gonna shoot my shot in DMs on the business side. And Bobby Wagner's one of the guys I shot my shot to, and just see if he was interested in working. And of course, I try to tap him in with Deion. So not just working social media, but working relationships. And he hit me back and shit. We just was chopping and linked them two together.
So did you fly out there, or you came here?
He met us in Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
Met us in Atlanta, so I collabed him and Debo together.
All right.
So it made sense for everybody.
Okay. So far as choosing this location. Tell us how did that come about?
Good question, D. So my location I'm coming about because I'm in Jefferson, Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans. I didn't know nothing about Jefferson, Louisiana when I found this spot, but security, honestly. And we know how it is nowadays when it comes to our kids. So we want a secure location. So we have a 20,000 square foot complex. It's gated, as you can tell, and everything's security surveillance around. So just having a secure area for our kids to come get their work.
You have a dog. They follow me around here.
Yeah, that's Blue, man. Blue all bark, no bite, but he's sweet, bro. He's sweet.
Okay. So, how many employees do you have here?
So, I actually do independent contractors, but I do have 2 employees. I have a content director, and I also have an assistant. Everyone else around here, says independent contract. So we give them their own opportunity, their own lane to become their own, businessman, businesswoman.
Okay, so for my entrepreneurs out there, I'm at this question how do you go about opening your own gym and just the process and finding locations, and like the hard task of it?
I love answering questions like that because the hardest part about opening your own business is trying to establish a baseline of loyal customers. I think that's something you should already have before you even open a business, because you don't want to create an overhead before you even have a constant product or service of people to give it to. So when I first started, I had 120 clients already. So I'm not in just drop in, saying I'm gonna do this, but I already actually had a plan and a system in place to already serve these people. So I say that's the biggest thing, is make sure you have a plan when it comes to your system, and make sure you have a baseline of customers already lined up.
Okay. So as far as being a business owner, tell us what do you enjoy most about it, and tell us what do you actually dislike about it.
What I enjoy about it, man, is just making sure I take care of people. Honestly, like, I'm put on this earth to, serve others, and I take pride in that. The part I probably dislike about it the most, I wouldn't even say dislike, but it comes with it, and that's the long hours. They say you go from a 9 to 5 to a 5 to 9 once you become your own boss, and that's what it is, and that's what it takes to keep leveling up. There's levels to everything.
Oh, like sometimes you work 24 hours.
I'm waking up at 5 a.m. going to sleep at probably like 12.
Okay.
So, you know how that goes, E.
So that was my next question. Like, what's the average day like for you?
Yeah. So average day is I'm waking up at 5 a.m. My first class is at 7, but my girl trained at 6, so I'm getting her to make sure she's safe and secure, getting her together. I do NFL Combine prep right now. I'm in the midst of that. That's from 9 to 11, from 1 to 3. I train private clients such as Musa and several others around the city who are entrepreneurs, and they got to get their digs going early, so I got to start mine ahead.
So, like, everyone these past few years now feels like, health is the brand new wealth.
Yeah.
So, like, how important you, preach to people about getting right with yourself?
You want to make money, but if you ain't here to spend it, what's the point? So, yeah, health got to be something prioritized, and I hope and realize a lot of people realize that since the pandemic. Not just external health, but internal health. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're trying to, create generational wealth, and that don't mean nothing. We ain't here to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So that's what we're producing.
So, like, do you have, do you offer meal preps and things like that?
Man, I'm gonna just say this. So it's not the fact that I'm proud that we're the largest black-owned facility in Louisiana. I'm proud of what we're doing and we're catering. We have phlebotomists, we have a nutritionist, we have a PT, we have a masseuse, and we also have elite trainers to make sure, everybody getting what they need. And I can say a lot of facilities don't offer that. So.
Right. And that was kind of about to be my next question. Like, what separates your gym from the other ones out there?
Yeah. So that's definitely what it is, man. Like I said, nobody can come in here and give us a problem that we can't cater to. And that's what it takes anywhere you're training. You don't want a trainer who's just going to work you, because the work is 30% of the job. The other 70% is finding what internally works for you to hit your goals.
Right. So have you ever had one client that you feel like you had to turn down, like, I can help you?
I haven't had to turn down.
Like,
no.
If this ain't working.
Only way I would say I would turn someone down, and that's the beautiful one I'm at now, is they can't stick to the plan. Because I pride results, and my job is based off, it's a result-driven job. And if someone can't stick to the plan, and I'll never forget this. I had a woman when I started training a long time ago. She would drink Cokes every damn day, and she couldn't get off the Cokes. So she came to the session one time with a Coke, and I told her I can't help her no more. So that's the only time I say, man. Besides that, nah.
Well, at least that you care, because some trainers like, well, I'm just gonna take her money.
Yeah.
Like, you don't drink Coke, and that's on you.
Real life, bro. Real life. I can leave the house to water, just can't make him drink it.
Right. So, where do you see with your gym going? 3 years from now.
3 years from now, I see us being a central location as being the gym of New Orleans whenever someone touch base down here. Of course, you want to expand and grow, but that's why we save and stack and prepare for any opportunity that presents itself. But I just see us keep impacting our people. When I say our people, I mean as the black community who don't really know about health as much. That's honestly it, though, man. Just keep being a speck of growing up people and being part of their lives and their journeys.
Okay. So, do you plan on opening one franchise, start franchising ABX, to Houston, Atlanta, different places like that?
That's a good question, man. Like my initial plan was that, but I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot of work to operate on the gym, and I care about the quality of it before anything. So when I am on right now, I'm definitely saving, presenting things, and stacking relationships, and I'm open to it. So we're gonna see what this journey takes us. But like right now, we just prioritizing making sure we get everybody what they need.
Okay. So how did you come up? I'm like with the name.
ABX. I'll never forget. I was like 21. And I told my partner I want to start training. He was just saying, come up with a name. And I couldn't come up with a name. He was like, about Xplode. I said, what made you come up with that? He said, because you're the most explosive motherfucker I ever seen. You my language in that Z, but yeah, so coming out of high school, I had like 42-inch vertical. I was a 4'3" guy, so, you know, explosion and speed was always my first table. So we just took it to, you know, next level with ABX.
Okay. So for being an entrepreneur, do you plan on opening any other type of business?
Yeah, so my next plan initially out the gate is real estate. Yeah. When if that all roads lead there, so that's what I feel. So that's the only reason I answer the franchise question like that, because that's something I want to do. But at the end of the day, this generation of wealth comes first for mine. So
you can always open up one like apartment complex, and you can put your gym under it. Put your gym under it.
Hey, but honestly, that's my real goal with this complex. Right, it's 20,000 square feet. We're working on buying this land.
Okay.
So ABX something honestly nowadays you go virtual with it. You know, home workouts, plans without the overhead.
Okay. So far as a trainer and a business owner, has there ever been a point you felt like you just wanted to give up?
I'm gonna say everybody done hit that road before at some point, but once you in it. I don't believe in looking back. I don't believe in dwelling too much. That's some people. A lot of people have problems with commonly, like giving up. I would say before I opened my complex, probably like 3 years before all this even, you know, manifested, I'll never forget. It was time for my daughter for me to get her uniform for school, and I didn't have no money to do that. Around that time, she needed medicine at one point. All this hit me, bang, 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 and training wasn't making me no money, and I did want to give up. I'll never forget it. Like I even cried that day, man. Just not be able to provide for your little one.
But you had that talk with God, huh?
Hey, that's
you had to talk with God.
You had to have that internal talk.
I'm trying, bro. What's up?
What's good? So bro. So I had a talk, and that talk he told me stay with it, keep your toes down, everything.
Yeah, because most people give up like right at the breaking point when you about to actually make it.
Yeah. My favorite illustration, I'm pretty sure you seen on social media when the guy's digging, like in the mine, and you see the diamonds right before that he quit and he started walking away.
Right.
Yeah, you never know when it's done. You never know.
So, like, what's your advice to someone that's thinking about becoming a trainer?
My advice for someone who's thinking about becoming a trainer or someone who's thinking about doing anything you want to do in general is make sure you educate yourself. Because nowadays there's a world where everybody pretending to do something or be something. But make sure you educate yourself, because honestly, whatever you don't know always comes to light. And you only one of those motherfuckers like that. Excuse my language, Mike.
Oh, you fine. Hey, this is your story. You gotta tell it.
Real life, real life though. So that's what it is, though.
So, tell us this. So like when it's all said and done, what kind of legacy are you trying to actually leave behind?
The legacy I'm trying to build right now is I don't know if you know him, but I'm trying to be the modern day Mackie Shieldstone, Tom Shaw of Louisiana. They was like pioneers, within our areas. They trained national guys, elite guys, people flew around the country to see them and their products. So that's my goal. That's the type of people I look up to. So you have to be legendary. You're trying to be best while you're doing it. So yeah.
So tell us, what's next for you?
What's next? That real estate move. For real, like this part right here. Training is the easy part, but it's something I pride my craft on, getting better every day. Putting others on this position is honestly a big part and a frontier goal of mine. But real estate definitely is, man. That's where it's at. So
do you think, once you get heavy into real estate, you're gonna kind of lack being one trainer and all that different things like that?
I don't think I'm gonna lack it. But one thing I want to do is create a system and teach the next person to carry over the system, because people want to put their head into things first, but people do not create systems. So I do want to be the blueprint of creating systems for others and helping them get in a position.
So how important it is to have one system?
Like you said though, like the long hours, like as being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, you don't have a system, you'll be working hard but not being efficient. And you can work hard all you want, but if you're not efficient with it, you're working backwards.
And you're going to have baggy eyes.
You're going to have baggy eyes, bro. And we ain't trying to have the females don't like baggy eyes.
Like, man, you looking old, but if you claim that if you still 20, 30 years old, but you're looking 40.
Looking 48. Come on, man. Yeah, we don't need all that. So it's beneficial creating system.
Okay. So, sports. Growing up, who was your favorite athlete and why?
Man, my favorite athlete was Sean Marion. Remember Sean Marion? Mm-hmm. The Phoenix Suns? I just like freaks.
He had an ugly shot.
he did, bro. But I just love bouncy, freakish, athletic people. And I fell in love with that. And that's why I got into what I'm doing now. I just started studying and why is he so explosive? Why is he jump high? Why is he so fast? Why does he throw so far? And then we studied the blueprint and now we're trying to create it with young athletes trying to get it.
Okay. So who are your top 5 greatest artists of all time? I mean artists. I ain't gonna say artists.
I was about to say I'm about to go in.
I'm about to start rapping. Who is your top 5 greatest athletes of all time?
My top 5 greatest athletes of all time. Number 1, from top to bottom, not being biased with sports or anything, is Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps. I'm a big the head by like Tom Brady.
That's the first person you name that doesn't have speed.
So I'm gonna say this, and that's I'm glad you said that too. The psychology of sports is something that I really love too. What it takes them, you can be the best athlete in the world, but you can't apply it. You'll never create the success. So that's why I like Tom. And the other 2, I can't really. I mean Kobe for sure, and the 5th one, I'll say LeBron, but not so because athletic play was what he did, within the community of being a businessman outside of sports.
Okay, I'm gonna speak on this, because I saw Shannon Sharp and the guy Skip Bayless talk about this. He was like, man, Tom Brady the greatest of all time. You can't never do what Tom Brady done, but he like Tom Brady can't do what I do.
Huh.
So we speak on football, and like everybody, like basically, they were arguing about how Tom Brady is the greatest of all time, and like Shannon, like I can't do what he could do, but he can't do what I do.
Right.
So it's like when you talk about positions, how can you label a football player the greatest of all time? Because like Bobby Wagner, Aaron Donald, they play different positions and they're the greatest at what they do.
Yeah.
So how can how can a quarterback just be the greatest?
Yeah.
Because he was like majority of his time he was in one system. Mm-hmm. So if Aaron Donald would have been on that team, he would have had just as many rings.
Real life though. That's a good point too, because I personally
like basketball is different. Like everybody,
yeah. So I feel like in basketball you can say who's one of the greatest athletes, but like because at the end of the day it comes to isolation game. Football is a dependent position. Everything's dependent on something else. Right. I don't think football you can say somebody's the greatest.
Right.
Yeah.
So and we gotta get on the topic because it just happened. What do you think gonna happen in the NFL? Like football is a very, very dangerous sport, but we just saw a freak accident that happened live. Like.
Guy caught it correct, yeah.
So it's like what do you think could actually be, prevented so something like that won't happen again?
When it comes to prevent something like that, I watched it probably like 12 times, that footage of that. For those who were talking about, I forgot my guy's name, but it was the Bengals playing the Ravens, right?
No, if the Bengals were, it was the Bengals. It was the Bills playing against
the Bengals because T. Higgins dropped his shoulder. Yeah, that right there that comes with the game. It wasn't a dirty play. It was a freakish hit, and that's the nature of it, unfortunately. So I feel like a lot of guys know what they're signing up for. At the end of the day, they sign up for an opportunity to feed their families, provide for their families. But when it comes to prevent something like that, I love to see what the game comes to because, like we said, it was a hit right below the shoulder pads, and it wasn't that impactful. But
he was the tackler.
He was the tackler, yeah. So that's
but
crazy.
I was more on the point of on the mental side about it, because now it's like people going at T. Higgins, but he gonna be afraid to try to truck somebody now,
right?
Thinking he gonna really damage somebody else.
And that's what I was thinking when I watched you. I felt like that would have impacted more T. Higgins more than it did the other guy. So that side, it's the sticky one. That's the sticky one. But one thing I paid attention to is the commentators. As soon as it happened, they kind of disregarded it. Then they went to commercial. Right. How the NFL and sports in general try to blind us from that, instead of bringing more, to surface of the devastation of the game, what it brings to us.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is, bro. It is.
So, like, even speaking of, like, how do you feel about athletes after getting out of the NFL, NBA, MLB, actually becoming one journalist, analyst?
I like that more because I'm big on business within sports. So that's one thing I pride with all my little ones, bro. Even my guys who are in the league. At the end of the day, it's going to come to an end. So you might as well stay within it, knowing what you're doing. So I like how guys are reporters and commentators nowadays because you played the game, you're looking at it from a different lens now. A lot of guys talking about it, but they don't know the psychology of what it takes to do that.
Right. And speaking on that, that's why I asked you that question. Like, do you feel like it's kind of crazy when like a Shannon Sharp arguing with somebody like Skip or like Shaq arguing with Stephen A. Smith? You didn't you didn't play that game to that level,
right?
So how could you like critique what me?
That's real. That's really true. That's really true. I like Skip Bayless though. Skip down with the coach. I like Skip, but you're right. It does have its difference. It's definitely a difference because experience is the teacher of all. I can know everything, but if you didn't experience it, a certain level of experience and a certain level of action, you never came through with it.
Like and with the culture are screaming out to actually, I'm like, cancel Skip now. Like, how do you feel about that?
What?
Yeah, because of his tweet.
What he said?
He tweeted about the injury, the hit. But he said something to some people who kind of read it differently.
I'm gonna go check that out.
Yeah, you gotta check that out more.
Because I just seen it last night, honestly, for the first time. Because to be honest, I don't really watch ball that much. Cause
he tweeted something, and people felt like he should have took the tweet down. But he like, I'm not taking it down. So it was.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you check that out before we speak on that one. Yeah. But anyways, like we were talking earlier before the interview, and you was like basically, as far as Louisiana is more of one like football state. So why do you think like the other resources not there, like for basketball, track, baseball? Like you don't really hear about too many athletes.
Yeah.
Coming from baseball. We got track stars because of speed. Yeah. But soccer. Yeah. Different things. Like why do you think they just make like they mainly focus on football here?
I'm gonna say definitely because of the resources. I mean, you go to New York, you see basketball courts everywhere. Like when I first went to NY, I never seen some of the basketball courts on every corner. So I don't think we have that much resources when it comes to that. When it comes to football, that's something everyone kind of picks up naturally because you don't need much. You could go to football, open lot with a football, just throw it up and start running with that. When it comes to like track and baseball, it's the same thing, lack of parks and other things in our community, bro.
Well, when I think about Louisiana as a whole, like I think we not a basketball state because I think it's something down here that actually stop out growth.
You got a point with that because we ain't got a lot of
people from people like Texas and different places. You got the average person like 6'4".
Yeah.
Like ain't too many. Like our average height is like 5'5" to 5'9".
That is true, and I like that's a study we're really looking into.
Cause like people down here like the genes it's very rare you see a 7 foot tall person. Like I've been seeing Greg come up since he was a little boy. He was like a freak athlete to us because he was like, how the hell are you that tall? Yeah. That's not normal.
No, for real though.
And I had a friend that actually grew from 5'9" to like 6'8".
What?
Yeah, his name is Lawrence Gilbert. So he got tall like shockingly.
Damn.
But it's very rare.
You know how I was in high school, you fucking 6'3" playing center. Like in high school.
You really were playing point guard.
Yeah.
And so but it kind of cripples you too.
Yeah.
Like Louisiana kind of cripple you if you playing center at 6'3" and you go play AAU. You really a point guard.
Yep. Because it's small.
Because when you go play in the at the higher level, you playing against LeBron them dudes ain't playing no center in high school.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I think because with our community now, especially with our kids, everyone trying to pull them. Right. So like we do have a lot of ballers. We got like several AAU teams out here. Like everybody going different ways. So when we start playing them circuits out of state, you can't see our finest talent, honestly, too. Right. Because everyone's everywhere.
And like I think Louisiana just lacks a little bit of resources in basketball. Huh. But football is just it's a football state.
I'm not gonna say it just because I'm gonna say we the top two. I really feel like we the top two best football state like in the country. And I'm gonna say it's us. Us, Texas or Florida. Texas or Florida like up there with it. Right. We really produce those. And you watch how many guys from our state really go to the combine, go to the league every year.
But what I would like to see in the whole South, I would like them to go and grab the best 50 players in a state every year and play against states.
Yeah.
Like every summer, they're gonna pick up the best top 50 players of the whole state and play states.
That'd be elite.
And I think that would be like an all-star game, like the best of the best.
Yeah. So one thing we did too, last year our first year doing, I got this campus called Battle of the South. We did in Atlanta, we did in New Orleans. And I plan on reaching out to South Carolina and doing one in Florida. So I collab with athletes I train on every team, pro athletes like Deion Jones for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm good friends with Terrence Marshall, Shaq Thompson, Dante Jackson for the Panthers. So it's called Battle of the South. We go city to city and find out who has the best high school athletes.
Hey, but shout out that cornerback. I'm like Deontay Jackson.
DJ?
Yeah, because he has to play with my cousin. I'm at LSU. I'm with Kevin Tyler.
Oh, Tyler, yeah.
And like he was like one of like
Tyler, my dude.
And like, he's the top ranked cornerback like growing up.
Tyler's a poet. We probably gonna see this video.
Yeah. That's my cousin. Yeah, he's actually from Marrero.
Oh yeah.
But his daddy moved to Florida. He actually from Marrero.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. Yeah.
I didn't know I was cousin.
Yeah, first like close cousin, like my grandma around the corner from his grandma.
Bro.
Yeah. How does it feel actually training one man and like just them allowing you to actually work and with the next generation that's about to take over?
Yeah.
So like how did the relationship happen and like how does it feel?
With who?
With Arch.
Oh, with Arch. I'm big on communicating, establishing a relationship with parents first. So I established a relationship with Cooper Manning. He actually seen me yesterday, and I was like, man, look, Coop called me.
How did you meet Coop?
I met Coop through a mutual athlete parent who I also trained. Also, he went to Newman. He introduced me to Coop, and Coop. I actually introduced Coop to one of my primetime athletes I had. His name was A.J. Johnson. He was like a 4-star prospect, and they actually took him under their wing. So I would come pick up to AJ from their house every single day. And, Arch was one to get some footwork in and whatnot. So Arch ended up coming through and we established a relationship too. Yeah.
Like, do you feel like that was a big goal for you? Like, once that first happened, like when you first started training his son?
Man, I'm going to say nowadays I don't really think nothing is too...
Because like Manning's is like raw to the waters.
Right. And that's one thing too, at the end of the day, you understand like the magnitude of that relationship.
Right.
But I'm not gonna say it was a big goal because I'm big with like just being genuine and a lot of things gonna come to you.
You just feel like you feel like in the future everybody coming to you.
I really do.
You the best. Cause like Arch, like people don't really speak highly of Arch, but like Arch was like the best athlete out of all them.
Yeah.
Like,
He is the best. Like his dad. Some people say Cooper Manning was the best athlete before he had to stop playing ball.
Yeah,
but Arch is.
I watched the story.
Yeah. You watched Cooper's story?
Yeah. Cooper's story, yeah.
But Arch is, I'm going to say, man, first time I saw the kid, he threw off his back leg like 45 yards downfield, body going to the right, all the ball going to the left, hit the back high pylon, dude toe tapped it. I said, God damn, young Pat Mahomes.
I posted it 3 years ago. I'm like, he's everything all of them wanted to be.
Yes, I agree.
I said he's young. I said he got a little bit of everything. He got 2 Super Bowl champs, and his dad was like, one of the best athletes coming.
I agree.
Out of New Orleans.
I agree 100%, man. And that's one thing he tried to really double down on when he was with me, his speed training. Right. And that's one thing he really mastered. So I feel like, back to that question, I feel like I don't have to, push relationships to it because I have something every athlete in this city needs, and that's speed.
Right. So, like, what do you do to help, like, to actually bring the best out? What do you do to bring like the best out of any athlete?
The best out of any athlete. It comes to that dog mentality. When I say that dog mentality, I don't just have dogs only, push on the game you come in, because you gotta be able to know why you do what you do. You gotta be able to know, why you grind what you grind. Because at the end of the day, you never want to be motivated, because motivation is like cheap gas; it's going to expire at some point. So I always reflect on my athletes and I let them talk and express their goals like very, very often. So I think that's what it is. Keep reminding yourself, why your fuel really, burns.
Okay. So, last but not least, tell everyone, what can they find you on social media, at your gym, etc., etc.
So on social media, I'm A.B _Xplode with an Xplode. Our gym page is A.B Performance. You can also follow A.B Speed School for speed tips. And that's where we at with it, man. So all social media platform handle names are the same.